Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit about the Time to Pet app today and how easy it is to use. So I'm going to take us to the home to start there. So this little section at the top here, we update as needed, but it does note a couple important things. So our office hours, when we'll reply to your messages and process requests, are between Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Our service hours are 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We do ask that services are requested for the following week. So like if you need services Monday, that you do it before Friday at 2 so that we actually have time to go through the schedule and fit you in. It's a little bit harder if you're asking for Monday services over the weekend because we don't process requests. It's just a little bit harder. You might get in on Monday, but you won't find out until Monday. So the earlier you request, the easier it is for all of us. And then you know that your services will be fulfilled. Let's head to the conversation section. So this is the easiest place to chat with any of your joggers. So as you can see, this was a current jog that happened for Coda as test client. So this is just a fake report, obviously, but this is kind of what you'll receive. Some pictures of your pet, a little written update, the map and distance where you went, and you can also view report. And typically this map should match. Currently we're not at that location where that run happened, so it doesn't. And you can see the rest of the visit report. So your house was, double check that the house was locked, the alarm was set, Coda pooped, peed, he drank some water, his water was refilled, he got some treats, he played in the house, he was given some kisses, he was a star out there, and he was the most welcoming today. So there's some little things you can check on the back end of the report as well. If you wanted to reply to the client, the jogger as the client, you can. So like, hey Nikki, thanks so much for taking Coda out, was written in this message here. And you send that off and they might even reply back. Or if you're like, hey, I forgot to feed Coda this morning. Can you feed him lunch? Ooh, mobile, if I could spell. You can send stuff like that as well. And the jogger will reply and let you know that they've done that. If you have a concern or question to bring up with the admin team, you can send that to us in the private. So same thing, send your message here. So that's the easiest way to communicate with our entire team. If you go into My Info, this is all of your information. So if anything changes, your phone number, your address, your lockbox, or keyless entry code, you can hit edit and alter it in here for us and yourself. You can also check out documents here. So this is the portal agreement / our policies as Dog Jogs. So we get everyone to sign this when you first log into Time to Pet. But if you ever need a copy of it, this is how you can access it. It is a little bit bigger to read, of course, if you're on your laptop or computer. And if you want it emailed to you so you can print it off or read it in there, we can do that as well. We'll go back to home here. We also keep your pet's information. So kind of similar to yours, if anything changes with your pet, you can go in and edit it, which we ask you to do typically yearly, especially if you started out with a puppy. It's a little bit easier for us to continue to follow directions as they age and they've grown up learning how to loose leash walk and all that kind of stuff. Or if you're working with a trainer, you can add instructions in here for us. If you use us for pet sitting at Dog Jogs, you can fill out this information at the bottom. You don't have to though, so you can press edit and add it all in. But if you're not using us for pet sitting, you can completely ignore that pet sitting question. Sorry, as I zoom through. But yeah, if your dog is all of a sudden scared of cars or something like that, or other dogs. Please avoid other dogs. And then I believe save. Yeah, you can save it. Oops, we never filled out if he was neutered or spayed. Okay, so then you'd have to go back and edit that as well. Perfect. So now you're up to date with your pet. If you've got more than one, it is a lot of questions, but it really helps us do our jobs with all the information. Scheduling. So this is where if you're not on a templated set up schedule that repeats weekly, you can request single requests, or you can book a bunch at a time. So if you're doing a new request, you go in, you can do multiples. And if you were doing every Friday from February to June, you can do that in one go just by selecting the dates here. Apparently my phone just doesn't want to, oh, today is the 8th, that's why it's not selecting it, because you can't select the day of. So let's just say to June 31st. And you could go through and select all of those dates that you needed. You could also select which service it is and then which pet it's for. So if you weren't taking the cats for a jog, you can take them out of there. And if you've got additional notes for that jog, like please feed him lunch after, you can add stuff like that in as well. We'll go back to home. Invoices. So this is where you can view all of your invoices that are coming up or that are paid. So this one was for that jog that Coda had that we looked over his update about, so you can see what's due. You can download it if you want, and you can make a payment right on your phone. And settings, I never come in here, so I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it's nothing too exciting as a client. And that is basically all of the app. If you need to contact us and you can't remember how, that's right here in our contact information. You can give us a call. We try to always reply to phone calls within the day as fast as possible. Email is the quickest. But yeah, feel free to call us if you need. And you can always message us on the app as well.